Hello. I don't know. I just thought I'd do a sort of my first sort of stream or whatever. Uh, so yeah, just basically about a chat of. It won't be for long, probably about 20 minutes. Um, to see how many people we get on. Just ask any questions about the Agly Farm or talk stuff. Feel free. I had to sort of film it off. I didn't want to spoil anything for the next video. So no spoilers. Um, so this is literally all you'll see. You're right. Okay, Agri. Yeah, so I just thought I'd just never really done one of these before, so I thought I'd just try it out because I've had I don't know, probably about end of last year. I was able to go live streaming, but wasn't able to because I think you have to unlock it or something. But I just didn't know what to do and what to film or whatever. You're right. You're right, James T. No problem, okay. Okay, Agri. So I do apologise about uh, this server last night. I don't know what happened. I restarted uh, Farming Simulator multiple times. Restarted the console. Didn't do much. Um, so I don't know if it was my end or if it was your end, but a lot of you like ended up leaving. But obviously, I assume you weren't leaving on purpose, so I assume it was mine and my end of the thing. I was gonna do um, server on the Ballyspring thing where we just do silage. One I did a video of for future servers, and then at some point I'll just drop in Moss Valley. But obviously, I don't know if it'll work after last night. So maybe I could join Moss Valley so I can at least say I've done a video or a server or been on a server of Moss Valley because I feel like it would just be an interesting map really to do a server on, or at least a video anyway, whether it be my server or not. Yeah, so at some point, um, I don't know, probably Farm Simulator 25 will probably come out. I want to say September, November time in between that. That's what 22 came out, and I think that was the same for 19 as well. Um, but what I've always noticed was it would come out the year before the number, so if it's FS19, it would come out in 2018. But obviously, it just feels weird saying FS25 from going FS17, 19, 22, and then 25. And it's weird because then like FS17 will be like a really old game compared to like what we thought of FS15 was quite an old game. That'll be the same for um, F17, and F22 will be like right now it'll be like how we feel about FS19. Have any of you watched the Dagwin video on the top 10 requests for F25? Because I feel like they should have like more realistic or real brands of stuff, whether it says Lizard or not, for console, and more cars that you'd see in the UK instead of just like American trucks and stuff. Got a size that was off eBay about a year, just over a year ago, something like that. I believe it was off eBay. Most of everything I buy is basically off eBay. Um, there's a couple stuff that isn't off eBay, but mainly everything I buy is off eBay, or the odd occasion I'll buy something off Facebook or Instagram. But it looks used. It's got a couple scratches on it, but it's not a bad trade, to be fair. You're right, Agri Man. Yeah, so hopefully I will be able to get two videos out, but I don't want to do a server every week. Well, actually, I don't mind doing that, but like uploading every week, because obviously at some point I will have to at some point we'll have to change from FS22 to FS25. Now, obviously, I did say in my video on the Valley Spring server thing that I was going to maybe consider doing Agly Farm for survival roleplay. But obviously, there'd be a couple of things I would add to it. I haven't really seen much of it, just the sort of tours of people who are on PC and have access to it. But it doesn't actually look like a bad map, to be fair. It's kind of similar to Fairhead as well, where like you can see out into the sea. Yeah, obviously, I want to get to 50 episodes on Valley Spring Survivor Roleplay, and that'll be season 1, and then I'll do another 50 for season 2. So I've got 7, and basically, I want to do 50 episodes in a year. So I think it was like the 13th or something, in between the 10th and 13th of August, I think it was. So that's sort of my deadline to get the last episode out. But obviously, I'm uploading them whenever I want now, so I'm not doing it every Saturday. So hopefully, in the future, I don't want to say any spoilers, but maybe I could get one of you guys and say, if you've watched the survival role plays, you will probably get the, you would have heard of saying, oh, if I get a trail forager, I'll get my mate from down the road to do it, and maybe we could get one of you guys on, and then we can have it as in like as a sort of realistic. But obviously, I don't think I'm gonna get a trail forager, because I don't want to just go spending the kit, well, spending money on kit. Sorry, I want to keep it as much as we can. On occasion, buying stuff or replacing stuff. Now that size trailer isn't a bad trailer for the farm, really. Yeah, math values on console. Also, James T, a thing with if you host a server, there's no lag, but if you join a server, there's lag. Be very good with the clips and stuff. I don't know if you know if it matters whether you have 2 people will obey, or is it different? Or is it just the same if you have multiple players in it? Because the lag is quite bad, and it doesn't make out for a very good video because like you'll crash into a hedge or something. The NC conversion is it is a conversion, yeah. I got it off Facebook, Emlyn Models. So he does like tankers and stuff. You would have seen it. There's stuff where people get the sort of cane trailers and make them into herons and stuff. So they do dump trailers, muck spreaders, slow tankers, weathered tractors, stuff like that. It takes 3 weeks to 2 to 3 weeks to get it all done, and then he'll post it to you. But he's actually pretty sound to get it done quickly, and it's definitely worth the wait. So yeah. Yeah, I would actually like to get some more sort of mileage kit because obviously in Ireland, especially in the UK, or in anywhere in the British Isles, really, they have a lot of things. But if you get stuff from that you find uh, any kit that gets released, but it'll be something you don't really see in the UK, then I don't tend to put that into series or whatever. Um, but yeah, apparently there's a hedge cutter coming out, like not a brand you see in the UK, but for now it's the only hedge cutter that's coming out. Saw it on DJ Goham's channel. Um, you're right, Odie. Uh, I do have a couple servers going up. Don't really know when, because if you watched it, the video where I said that I've got these all set up and everything. Now, I don't know if the server will work, but I've got all the kit ready. So we're going to be doing mainly silage, uh, baling, slurry, and there was something else. I can't remember what it was. Oh, maize. And that'll be on the middle farm on Barry Spring. Obviously, after last night, the server didn't really work, so I don't know if it will work. But just sort of as in like a realistic series, in like sort of like a contractor, like you see real life videos and stuff like that. Actually, a major wouldn't be a bad tanker, to be fair. If you mean for F22. I'm actually surprised by 4D modding because they went a bit slow because they weren't releasing many mods and because they were focusing on Bally Spring for console, and then after that they've released some good mods. The free high spec tankers, one double axle, triple axle, and single axle. Then the Abbey one, some decent tankers to be fair, and then the Brohan was released. Uh, Not bad tractors to be fair. And then they also released the dump trailer Chieftain. That was pretty good as well. They do some good mods to be fair. I mean, Bally Spring it's a really good map to be fair, but everyone just doesn't play anymore. Um, well, I know a couple of people who do. I do as well, but it's just like you've got all these new maps out. So like when you get Fairhead, you get used to it, and then you're like, oh well, Agly Farm's coming out, so you sort of forget about Fairhead and Bally Spring. But Agly Farm would be well good for servers. Maybe when it comes out, uh, I could put the sort of contractors series or whatever for servers onto Agly Farm when it comes out instead of Bally Spring. But for now, it'll be on Bally Spring, and it'll be every time, or uh, most of the servers will be on that, unless any new maps come out. But yeah, you're right, GH Agri. I did actually have I had the dribble bar a couple months ago. That's actually a good mod, to be fair. And I put it on the back of this single axle um, high spec tanker, and it sort of just lifted up off the ground for some reason. I don't know why. Um, and it just sort of wouldn't work properly. And that was when it was attached to the tanker. I hadn't even folded it yet. See, I've never really used it since. But yeah, it's pretty good mod, to be fair. No problem, Moody. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't. It was on Fairhead, so maybe it was a problem with Fairhead. I hadn't tried it on anything else, but it was quite a hilly field, so maybe that might have been the reason. And then I sold it, and then bought another one. It was the same problem. But I don't know if you have to have a certain configuration when you attach the dribble bar to the, like if you have to remove the splash plate or something. But I tried it with the splash plate, forgot it came on, and then it looked like it was working, and then I realised nothing was coming out of the dribble bar, but it's just lifting up the tanker. So yes, that was the only problem I really had with it. Yeah, Fairheads, it's quite a tight map with roads and stuff. Well, most of you will know that in real life, but it's all right for silage, maize and stuff. But yeah, it's just a bit of a. It's an all right map, but silage is probably the best thing to do on the map. Like the description says, silage heaven. Uh, I don't really see a problem with it. It's just when it's really laggy, you like crash into a fence and you get your tractor stuck on a fence or something. But at least you can go through the hedges on most of the maps. But Bally Spring, you can't go through the gates either. You just hit them and they're solid. So it's quite tight, but it also makes it realistic if you're not trying to get the if you're not trying to say if you're doing like a survival roleplay or something, if you go through a hedge, wouldn't be really realistic. Also, do any of you remember the sort of, I don't know what number, it wasn't like the one in front of me, but it was the telehandler in FS19. That would have been my too, because I've used the Agri Pro on Purbeck and Greenland, so I've done it with two sort of series, and I want to get a telehandler for survival roleplay. But I don't really fancy a Manitou. Nothing wrong with them; they're pretty decent. But I want something that's different. I have been considering the Merlot, because there's only one of them, different types of Manitous and JCBs. Yeah, no problem. YR. Yeah, because there's only one Merlot, and it's not. I don't know, because obviously Dagwin's JCB one he has on his, that would be a good one. That was a good one in FS19. Same with the New Holland. I feel like I might actually go for the Merlot to be fair, because it's small enough. Because it's not really a big farm, and the Merlot is like, it's not small, but it's a small enough, similar size to that one, the John Deere there, but the Merlot isn't a bad sort of tyre handler to have on the farm. But the New Holland, nothing wrong with it. I'm just not really a fan of it. Although I like New Holland tractors, but there you go. Yeah, that would actually be a good idea to be fair. Maybe have a couple of you and you should just, like, I don't know, going around the map doing your thing. I've also considered doing the like the transit van and having it as painting it red, and then have it sort of drive away from the farm as I start one of the vlogs, as in like it's the post van going off or whatever. But obviously quite hard because obviously I don't know if it'll leave the farm, because obviously only the AI workers tend to only work on the roads and not really into a farmyard or from a farmyard. The biggest tractor I've drove was probably New Holland 7740, and I think that's the biggest. I think, not too sure. It probably is the biggest one I've drove, yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a proper silage video, even if it's only short, real life silage. But I don't know if I'll be able to. I'll have to see if the farmer's alright with me filming and that. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's been a bad wouldn't be a bad idea because I haven't got any. If anything, the real life farm videos are short, really. And it's mainly a model farming channel. If I lived on a farm, then I would be getting a lot more content out. But yeah, I'll try and get some videos over the summer. See if I can get some videos out, just to have as instead of it just being F22 all the time. I've also tried to cut down on the shorts, because I don't know why I was doing it every day or multiple every day, but I was putting like 10, 12 shorts out a week, which is ridiculous. But yeah. I feel like with Agly Farm, it's a decent map, yeah, but I feel like with I don't know who's making Agly Farm, but it looks like a uh, pretty good map, from what I've seen from the FS guy and channels like that. But I actually can't wait for it to come out. It's been, I feel like it's going to be the same thing with Ballyspring. Like, they put it out for PC, they want to get it out for console, but it's taking a couple months. I think they said it about January, February time, was when it was last mentioned for consoles. And I remember that it was the same thing for Ballyspring. They mentioned it about February time. It came out for PC. They got it out by August. So hopefully in the summer, at some point in between now and I say September, we should hopefully have Agly Farm on console, which will be well good, for servers and just in general, really. Yeah, PS5. Um, I prefer Xbox. Nothing against PS5, but I just prefer Xbox really because I've played more on Xbox than I have on PlayStation. So yeah, but PS5 is pretty good. I'll probably just end this at like 30 minutes. So 5 minutes left. So if you want to ask me any questions about stuff, feel free. Also, the reason I said at the start of the video I didn't want to spoil anything um, for the next Model Farm video was because um, some of the setups aren't what they were in the um, on what they were in the past sort of baling videos. So the next Model Farm video, I already said in the last one that is going to be baling a second cut. But yeah, I don't want to spoil any of the setups because some tractors are on something different when they were first cut. I'm also trying to get I'm trying to get a wooden board and then put a grass mat on it, and then I can do the trail forager into the side trailer and do a shot of that. I feel like that would be pretty good. Um, Tell me, do you guys actually on videos? Um, you to do then the FS22 videos. I don't know why, but it just seems easy to do these because like you have to get everything set up and think of stuff to do. Whereas with model farm videos, um, it's just easier to do. Um, easier to do, I guess, because like you can say, oh, the Massey's going off to help a farmer, and the John Deere is in for a service or whatever. Farm View, it's, I don't know. I thought like with that we could sort of, we're on an island, so we're kind of limited to what we can do. So I don't plan to expand the land, and I'm sort of just saying, just sort of a series of what we can do with what we've got, really, with the land and stuff. It's not going to be a constant series. I'll probably only do a couple episodes on it. I've got one series to end, preferably before September time. That was a small holding. That was supposed to finish at least months ago, but I haven't done one in like 6 months, I think. And then I did the third episode and second episode pretty close together. But yeah, so I'm just doing random series at this point, and I'm trying to get them done. So then I can focus on other series. Hopefully, Survivor Roleplay will be the main one, and then obviously the server series. I have like 8 safe games, and I don't know why, but I've never had that many. I've had like maybe below 5, but there is some pretty good maps. Yeah, you're right, the Irishman off Farmer. Well, I'd like to be doing the second cut silage on by spring, pit silage, tonight, but obviously, well, obviously last night, so I don't know if it'll work. I will try and do that, and then if that doesn't work, I'll probably join someone else's, and if that doesn't work, I'm just going to give up. See if I can fix it. I'll probably just join someone else's on Mass Valley at some point as well, so I can at least say I've done a video on it. Yeah, Cybertrucks, I know electric cars aren't the nicest looking cars anyway, but they're not. They're kind of ugly. But yeah, just I don't know why they just look really American. But yeah, I just haven't seen one yet. But yeah, it's just I feel like Elon Musk just started out with electric cars, and I can't say they're the nicest looking, and then everyone else sort of just copied him because it was better for the environment or whatever, and now it's worse for the environment and stuff. So yeah, they're not. I don't think. I think electric cars shouldn't exist, and if they do, maybe just a couple of them. But apparently, like BMW and all that, are just trying to get rid of them, because no one's buying them, which I don't blame them, because they're not really the best cars. You like My Farm Life? I would like to do another conversion. I was supposed to do one, and I ended up buying it instead. But the class rate turned out pretty well, compared to what compared to it being my first time on a model. Because my first ever conversion was sort of like changing colours on certain bits of a tractor and whatever. And obviously the 7M40, I changed that to a New Holland 7M40. Added some and a straight pipe, and then the T6 was a window sticker and wind mirror guards. So yeah, they're both the top 2 favourite models on the mod farm, and probably top 2 out of models I've got, or just the tractors. So yeah. Also, the Irish mod farmer, your mower from the Coon to Malone, you actually did a really good job on that. To be fair, it looked like someone. It literally looked like you had bought it off someone who converted it. It was like really good. I would like to get find someone who does conversions of the Siku Coon mower, or see if I can do it myself. Because I feel like everyone has the Coon, and I just want to have something different. maybe like a John Deere or something, or even a Malone or McHale. So yeah, right. I'm gonna have to go. So all I've got time for. Thanks for joining. I will probably do more at some point, um, but I'm not too sure what they will be on, whether they'll be the Model Farm or uh, if they'll be on X22, probably Model Farm, or just be having a chat about stuff. But I'll try and film some. I'll probably just face it in the Model Farm and have a chat about stuff. Um, so thanks. Yeah, I gotta go now.